Hello friends, myself Prashant Patil. We are going to start a course on electric power generation for Diploma Electrical Engineering semester 3rd. The course code is 22327 and the contents of the course are unit number 1 thermal power plants. It includes coal, gas, diesel and nuclear based. Number 2 large and micro hydro power plants. Number 3 solar and biomass power plants. Number 4 wind power plants. And number 5 economics of power generation and interconnected power systems. Let us start with unit number 1 thermal power plants, coal, gas, diesel and nuclear based. So the contents of the unit number 1, first is layout and working of typical thermal power plant with steam turbines and electric generators. Number 2, properties of conventional fuels used in the energy conversion equipment used in thermal plants, coal, gas, diesel, nuclear fuels, fusion and fission action. Number 3, safe practices and working of various thermal power plants. Number 4, function of the following types of thermal power plants and their major auxiliaries. Number 1, coal fire boilers, fire tube and water tube. Number 2, gas and diesel based combustion engines. Number 3, types of nuclear reactors and disposal of nuclear waste and nuclear shielding. And after that, last, thermal power plants in Maharashtra. What is electricity? Electricity by definition is electric current and that is used as a power source. This electric current is generated in a power plant and then sent out over a power grid to your homes and ultimately to your power outlets. So basically, electric current is a flow of electrons. It causes electric current. Now, the electrical power is generated at a building or station that is called as power station or power plant. So there are various types of power stations based on the fuel used. So if we are using coal for the generation of electricity, then it is called as thermal power plant or coal based power plants. So how electric power is generated? Electric power generation, whether it is from fossil fuels, nuclear or renewable fuels or other sources, it is usually based on a following process. So it requires magnets, that is magnetic field, copper wire, that is winding or conductors, and the motion, that is any one can be rotated, that is either magnetic field is stationary or copper conductors are stationary, and so the combination gives electric power. So the machine which is used for the power generation is called as alternator, which produces AC power, or generator, which produces DC power. So a generating station which converts heat energy of coal combustion into electrical energy is known as a steam power station. Steam power station is also called as a coal power station or a coal fired power station. A steam power station basically works on Rankine cycle. The steam is produced in the boiler, and by utilizing the heat of coal combustion, the steam is then expanded or raised in the prime mover, and the prime mover is called as steam turbine and is condensed in a condenser to be fed into the boiler again. So the steam turbine drives the alternator which converts mechanical energy of the turbine into electrical energy. This type of power station is suitable where coal and water are available in abundance and a large amount of electricity is to be generated. Although steam power station simply involves the conversion of heat of coal combustion into electrical energy, yet it is embraces many arrangements for proper working and efficiency. The whole arrangement can be divided into following stages for sake of simplicity. Number 1, coal and ash handling arrangement. Number 2, steam generating plant. Number 3, steam turbine. Number 4, alternator. Number 5, feed water. And number 6, cooling arrangement. So let us start first power plant, that is coal plant operation. So in this power plant, the fuel used is coal. So basically coal is carbon composition, and when it is burned it gives heat energy. So the basic operation is when coal is burned, heat is produced, and that heat is used to raise a steam, and that steam energy is given to the machine that is called steam turbine, which converts steam energy into mechanical energy, and after that that mechanical energy is given to the electrical machine, that is alternator, which converts mechanical energy of the steam turbine into electrical energy, so that we'll have electric power. So this is the layout of coal power plant. Coal power plant is also called as steam power plant or coal fired power plant. So this layout consists of various parts, but the main components are boiler, steam turbine, alternator, and condenser. And with that, huge amount of water is required. So here we have a river, that is a water source. Huge quantity of water is required, therefore a water source should be near to the coal power station, so that when we select a site for thermal power station or coal power station, the site selected should be such that a water source is available. So here coal is carried from a coal mine by using railway, roadway, or waterway, and then coal is given to the boiler. So boiler is a device or a mechanical device which burns coal, in which water is converted into high pressure steam. After that, this steam is given to the steam turbine. The steam is given to the steam turbine, and after that, steam energy is transferred to the steam turbine, and then steam turbine produces mechanical energy, and that mechanical energy is given to the alternator, so that alternator produces electrical energy. After that, it is a alternator or generator. So after that, electricity is passed to the transformer, which steps up electricity, that is electric voltage, to higher level, and then it is transmitted, and after that transmission there is distribution, and then consumer. So here, after the conversion, that is when steam energy is converted into mechanical energy. The steam exhaust steam is given to condenser. So steam is nothing but the gas form of the water. So you can convert steam into water, and it is given back to the water source, so that the steam can be reused. Advantages of coal fired or a steam power plant. Number one, the fuel, that is coal used, is quite cheap. That is, the cost of coal is very less as compared to nuclear fuel. Number two, less initial cost as compared to other generating stations. So when we compare nuclear power stations with hydropower stations and steam power stations, the initial cost required for the coal fired or steam power station is very less. Third, it can be installed at any place irrespective of the existence of the coal. The coal can be transported to the site of the plant by rail or road. That is, it is not always necessary that steam power station should be located near coal mines, because coal can be transported by railway, by roadway, or by waterways. So this is the most advantageous part of the coal power plant. Number four, it requires less space as compared to the hydroelectric power station. The space required for the construction and for the operation of coal power station is very less as compared to hydropower station. And number five, the cost of generation is lesser than that of diesel power station. Diesel power station is the power station which uses diesel as a fuel to generate electrical energy. Then disadvantages of coal power plant. Coal fired power plant pollutes the atmosphere due to the production of large amount of smoke and fumes. The main disadvantage of coal fired power plant is it pollutes environment. So this is the biggest disadvantage of coal fired power plant. Number 2, it is costlier in running cost as compared to hydroelectric power plants, and that is the maintenance cost is very high as compared to hydro, as well as water tube and fire tube boiler. So water tube boiler is the boiler in which water flows inside the tubes and the heat energy surrounding water tubes. And in fire tube, fire flows inside the tubes and water is surrounded the tubes. So this is the main difference between the fire tube and water tube boiler. So there is a comparison. So the first, in this boiler, the hot gases is present inside the tubes and water surrounds them. And in water tube, the water is present inside the tubes and the hot flue gases surrounds them. The second is, they are low pressure boilers. Fire tube boilers are low pressure boilers and the pressure is around 25 bar, whereas water tube boilers are high pressure boilers and the pressure is about 165 bar. Third point, the steam generation rate in fire tube boiler is low, that is 9000 kg per hour, and in water tube the steam generation rate is higher, that is 4,50,000 kg per hour. And for fire tube boiler, given power, the floor area required for steam generation is more, whereas for water tube it is less. Again, for a given power, area is required is less, and for water tube it is for fire tube it is more, and for water tube it is less. Number 5, the transportation and erection of this type of boiler is difficult, whereas for water tube erection and transportation is very simple. After that, efficiency of fire tube boiler is near about 75% and it is low, whereas for water tube it is around 90%, which is more. Again, fire tube boilers can be operated with less skilled persons, whereas for to operate water tube boilers, skilled persons are required. Fire tube boilers are light in weight, whereas water tube boilers are heavy in weight. And number 9, fire tube boilers are suitable for small power plants, whereas water tube uh, boilers are suitable for large power plants, because the steam generation rate is very higher, that is 4,50,000 per hour.